Hey, Jarek here. Oh yes, we're doing this. I have had endless people recommend Doom Guncaster to me. In Guncaster, you play as an anthropomorphic red dragon with massive guns and literal superpowers. I still haven't figured out what people have been recommending this to me. Guncaster is one of those games where you know immediately what you're getting into the moment you see the splash screen. That red dragon goes by the name of F.E.A.R, or Cygnus for short. He's the second most badass red dragon you'll find, only second to be, because I actually have a tail. Seriously, why doesn't he have a tail? This bothers me so much. I can live with this regardless because Cygnus is one awesome character, and we need more games where you're not playing as just another human. Are you telling me you have sci-fi games where you go to other planets and other worlds and everyone is just a boring human? Let me play as aliens, let me play as demons, let me play as dragons, let me play as furries, I don't care. Give me something more interesting than just a boring human. That includes you, Halo. Let me play as an elite. Anyway, what actually is Guncaster? Well, there's two different versions of Guncaster. The first one is the base version, Guncaster. This is meant to be a power fantasy. This is an incredibly easy game because you are so amazingly broken. You are overpowered as hell, and that's a lot of the fun. But the devs realized that's probably not going to make the best gaming experience for everyone, so they made Guncaster Vindicated. You're still the same great red dragon that you were before, but it's a lot more balanced in. No longer can you just walk in, murder everyone, and walk out without thinking a second thought. Vindicated also works with a lot of WADs, and it has special interactions with Heretic, Hexen, Extermination Day, and Pirate Doom. These interactions may be as simple as Marines actually talking to you, or actually seeing yourself on the screen murdering demons. But I'm getting ahead of myself. I played both of these on stream, so let's talk about the base version first. There are three things important to Guncaster: overpowered dragon, massive guns, and literal magic. Let's start with the character you are piloting, Cygnus. You can do a lot more than Doom Guy. For starters, this fucker's strong. Melee is no longer useless. You have a combination of punches and slashes that literally leave dents and claw marks in the walls, and the demons are even worse for wear. But you also have an all-powerful boot. This could just be a regular kick, or it could be a jump kick, or it could be a ground pound if you hold crouch and melee at the same time. You can also ground pound from in the air, and as you probably noticed, you can fly in this game, because if you have massive wings, you might as well use them. And just in case this WAD didn't have enough references to old games, you basically have the blood dynamite. Oh my god. So you can shoot the dynamite out of the air. Am I using a blood bot? Nope. This is just Guncaster. Something that means literally nothing that bothers me about the kicking: why not use your feet? You have massive claws on them. You're already using the ones in your hands. Just rip them in half. As if those melee options weren't enough, you get an actual weapon. Instead of a chainsaw, you get a massive blade. This is not gonna get old, I promise. Like, look at that, how does it reach both of them? Because what kind of fuck-off dragon would you be without a massive fuck-off blade? This two-handed sword quickly became my favorite weapon in the game. It is absurd. It's absolutely ridiculous how much range it has and the sheer amount of crowd control you can do with it. I just fucking love that noise. It's so over the top. Enemies just pop. There's just nothing left. They just jib. But this is not the first weapon you get. No, the weapon you spawn with is a giant revolver that can collateral demons. The first shotgun you find is a fully automatic shotgun. Yes. And the double barrel you get in this game is the strongest shotgun I've ever used. It puts the cursed Halo blunderbuss to shame. It puts the Doom super shotgun to shame. It puts the F.E.A.R shotgun to shame. Oh, I'm sorry, did I say double barrel? Yeah, well, each one of those barrels has 4 barrels. This is an octa-barreled shotgun. It can quite literally one-shot almost every enemy in the game. This is the kind of absurdity you are getting into with this mod, and I love everything about it. But let's just continue. You get a minigun, which is rather tame for what this game is, but then you get an explosive minigun, which is not. Holy shit! I think I might have found my new favorite weapon. It's going to be so hard not wasting ammo. I'll show you one more ridiculous weapon. I'm not even going to explain it, I'll just show it to you. This weapon's never gonna get old. Look at that. Fucking absurd. Can I get both these at once? Come on, sit still. Yeah, I can. If I haven't sold you on this mod already, I'm doing my job wrong. And as if those guns weren't overpowered enough, you can get upgrades for them. I'll show you one and not spoil the rest. Finding these upgrades was some of the most fun I had in a long time, just to see how absurd these guns would end up getting. Here's the upgrade for the sword. Yeah, it uses all of your mana and kills pretty much everything in front of you. Get the fuck down. Wait, mana? Yeah, you have even more firepower. Literal magic. By default, the first bit of magic you can use isn't really magic, it's just the ability to breathe fire. Because what kind of red dragon would you be if you couldn't breathe fire? This does what you would expect, it just lights enemies on fire. This is really tame for this game. But very quickly, you are going to get the ability to have some absolutely busted stuff. Staying with the theme of fire, you could put out a shockwave, a tsunami of fire. Oh my god. If we swap over to, say, electricity, well, you can just cast a thunderbolt. Oh my god. Okay, I'm fine with this. These very quickly start getting out of hand, like the ability to spawn ravens that will destroy your demons. Yes, birds are stronger than demons. Oh my god. I'm fine with that. These are some fucking angry birds. This was actually taken straight out of BioShock Infinite, and I'm a little confused as to why they stuck with ravens instead of being able to spawn, I don't know, wyverns. There's another spell that allows you to explode corpses, which makes me giggle, but isn't exactly too useful. It's just so situational. Oh, okay, that's how it works. I mean, it's funny. I don't think it's particularly useful. You also get a spell that allows you to kill your enemies with the power of gay, which you'd think would be more accepted in hell, but apparently not. Okay, it's actually a Pink Floyd reference, but it's funnier to say the other thing. Now you may be asking, but how do you get these powers? How do you get this magic? Well, you can call on your ancestor at any time to buy more magic. You see, every time you kill a demon, it will drop gold. And if you know anything about dragons, we really like gold. Your ancestor is no different, and every time he popped up, he made me giggle with his sheer stupidity.
I'm so lonely here. Someone give me a sizable hug. Look at Slim Shady, you're driving me crazy. Stop being so lazy and give me a break. Spineless twerp.
Why?
Waiting for me to say something witty? You're one damn stubborn fella. Alright, I'll let you have it. Bleh. Like, comment, and subscribe for more.
Alright, someone clip that. I'm using that in the video. Thanks, Elder. You must know that I'm really close to 250k subs, so it'd mean a lot. Just like it means a lot for my YouTube members. Those guys get to see my content at least a week ahead of time. And also I have to give a big fat thanks to my sponsor, IntoTheAM. Yeah, you think being a dragon would free you of clothes? Well, I mean, it kind of does, but you guys still have to wear clothes. It's also shockingly close to Christmas, so if you forgot to get those presents, it's better late than never. These clothes do make for good presents, though. They're comfortable, they look good, they fit well. I've yet to see anyone wear them that really complained. I'm totally fine shilling for this company. They make a good product that I genuinely do use all the time. And if it's not shirts you want, then you can get pants, coats, whatever you wish. And if you go to IntoTheAM.com/dragonshirts, you can get 10% off site-wide. And yes, this does stack on top of whatever sale or whatever deal is currently going on. So huge thanks to IntoTheAM for sponsoring this video. And now let's stop talking about spending money and start talking about spending gold. There is a lot of things you can buy in this shop. The obvious one is what I just talked about, all these different spells, all these different bits of magic you can buy. But this is also where you upgrade your guns, like I mentioned earlier. It's easy to miss because you just press an arrow and skip over. I did not realize this was here for so long. But there's more in this shop. You can buy items, and there are a lot of ridiculous items in this game. For example, you can find the Battle Armored Dragon Assault Strike System, or Badass for short. And yes, this is blatantly taken from Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon.
I am the Battle Armored Dragon Assault Strike System.
But if you think I'm complaining, you don't know me well enough. God, do I love this game. Even if you're blatantly ripping things from Blood Dragon, I'm going to praise it. Anyway, in this case, you're not riding a dragon like in Blood Dragon, you are the dragon, so you're in a power suit. This buffs you in every imaginable way. You get better defense, you get better speed, your melee becomes absurd. If the sound's overpowered, it is! Something I noticed right away when I launched this game is the different sense of scale. We're used to seeing this in Doom Guy's eyes. In Doom 1, he was roughly 6 foot tall. I know canonically he's 6'8" because that's what Doomslayer is, but we hadn't figured all that out yet. The reason people hypothesized that he was 6 feet tall in Doom 1 is because the imps are 6'3", and this is about how tall Doom Guy stands to the imps. Cygnus, on the other hand, stands about this tall compared to imps, which means he's roughly 7 feet tall. But when you put on the power armor, you get even bigger. Look at this clip. I am taller than a Hell Knight. Hell Knights stand at 10 feet tall, or exactly 3 meters for those of you that don't live in the US, which is ironically my exact height. And for a sense of scale, I can't even fit in this area at the top of these stairs. You are playing as a character that is effectively this tall the entire game, and it gets even more powerful. You will find an item called the Queen of Phlegethon's Mask, and it turns you into an unkillable god. To make things even better, if you double tap forward, you become terrifyingly fast.
Fast as fuck, boy.
To try to give you some frame of reference, here I am at 5 meters tall. And this is still nowhere near as big as what that mask turns you into. Oh, but there's more. Of course, you have the Berserker power-up, which Bailey was already strong, and this makes it even stronger, but there's another one called the Gunzerker. This allows you to dual-wield any weapon you want for a limited time. Yes, including that octa-barreled shotgun. You can shoot 16 barrels at once. God, do I love this game. I'll show you one more. Just note that there's so much more this game has to offer you. The last one I'm showing you is Tome of the Draw.
Right, I still have yet to figure out what this... Oh my god. Alright, so I figured out what it does. Get him. Get him. Fucking get him. Holy shit. I love this mod.
And after that murderous spree, you just gotta dance a little bit.
Voidwalker's Touch. I don't know what that does. Reason you're dancing?
Of course, you yourself can taunt the enemy or dance if you wish.
You rest for the trigger. That feeling you are embracing right now is your flesh peeling off your bones.
So that's base Guncaster. But what about Vindicated that I mentioned earlier? Well, quite a lot has been balanced in. For starters, you don't get anywhere near as much gold, which makes me sad, and I do think they overdid this a bit. But it is a lot more balanced. In base Guncaster, you're able to buy everything really quick. But in Vindicated, it takes a little bit longer before you really start getting powerful. In my opinion, a little too long. I think I'd rather get things rather quickly rather than have to grind the entire game for them, but I understand why they changed it. But the biggest change that I noticed right away is that the AI is very different. They're way more of a threat, and this is the biggest upgrade they could have given you. It's the most noticeable when you look at the imps. Imps have entirely different pathfinding and almost seem like they're hunting you. They will frequently jump to the ceiling and try to drop behind you. Typically they'll do this when they've been threatened or damaged, but it still makes them feel smarter than just dumb imps throwing fireballs and walking right at you. Another change they made in Vindicated that doesn't actually change the gameplay itself, but certainly makes a big difference. There's so many different assets, especially when it comes to the audio. Marines now sound like ATC security from F.E.A.R. I don't know what it is, but this works so well.
He's here, he's over here!
Yeah, those are 100% ATC security. I recognize that goofy ass scream.
And the imps now sound like Doom 3 imps. No matter how you feel about Doom 3, its audio design was top notch. I think these are the best sounds they could have given the imp. The more you play Vindicated, the more you notice all these different audio sound bites taken from other games. And I was only ever annoyed by this once. The sound effect for a fireball flying by you is for some reason the Doom 3 spider walking sound.
That was fireball noise?
Why? Why would you do that? This drove me insane the entire time I was playing. I'm not afraid of spiders, but if I hear that noise, something goes off in my brain. There's probably gonna be a bunch of tiny annoying enemies running at me. No, it's just an imp fireball flying by. It's just a non-issue. But if that's my only complaint, you better bet I'm going to be telling you to play this WAD. It's one of the best mods I've ever played for Doom. It's incredibly polished and it's just badass. Yes, I may be biased with the whole dragon thing and that probably gets us a few extra points, but it's really good either way. And to leave you off with one more sense of scale, let me show you how big this dragon character is in his mech suit. Right now I'm standing at 10 feet tall. Now here I am standing next to a zombie. Stop. I don't think they make guns dragon-sized. I need to get some of those Guncaster guns. Go play Guncaster. It's a pure power fantasy where you play as a red dragon. What more could you ask for?